Here, so we are going to follow the Adam implementation guide 1.1 version for doing our Adam dataset creation. Here you can see Adam IG version 1.1 version. Okay, so previously 1.0 version also there, but this is the latest version 1.1. Adam implementing Adam nothing but analysis data model. Okay, so this is the so main document to refer anything. This is prepared by the CDISC people. So whoever wants to submit their project or the clinical trial into the regulatory authorities, they should follow the this document while creating the Adam data set. So each and every company they don't want to, they are not going to follow their own standard. Everybody has to follow the standards mentioned in the implementation guide while creating the Adam data set. So many pages are there. So each and every page you can see some data set related information, some of the what structure like rules and regulations. Whenever you create some new variables, whenever you create some date variables, how to give the naming convention, and what are the variables you need to be mainly include in the data sets, etc. information you can see. So no need to buy hard. Whenever we require some variable related information, that time you just go and check the section and you can understand and you can follow that that rule. Okay. So here the document I am synthesize and create one simple PPT for your understanding. Okay. So analysis data model ADA. This is the implementation guide is the main key document. We are following the 1.1 version. As per this document, all the ADAM data sets are categorized into three major classes: ADSL class, BDS, and OCCDS. In the 1.0 version, we don't have OCCDS. 1.1 version onwards, all the data sets are not fitted into ADSL and BDS. So they introduce a new class called OCCDS, occurrence data sets. ADSL is the subject level, SL nothing but the subject level analysis data set structure, ADSL, and BDS is the basic data structure, OCCDS is the occurrence data structure. All the ADAM data sets are categorized into any one of these. Okay. So what is the ADSL, what is BDS, what is OCDS, we'll see. So ADSL nothing but one record per subject. Okay.
Yeah, Shiva, I have a small doubt regarding this version.
Mhm.
As of now, which version we are using in
Yeah,
real
so
projects?
so what it is, whenever your study start, so in the kickoff meeting, we will ask the client, so which version they want to use. Okay. So for example, the study was started 3 years back or 2 years back. So then, the client was telling, so the version is available at the time, so they can use. So version to version, so not much more changes, but still, some latest studies they are using 2.0, but most of the studies we use 1.1 only. Okay. So here you can see 1.2 and 1.1 version differences are less only. Yeah, these are the differences 1.2 and 1.1. So just now I told you OCCDS. Right? So here ADAM structure of OCCDS February 2006 written in this 1.1, not written in 1.2. Okay. So this is a major change. Remaining are minor changes only. So that is why 1.1 to 2.0 also you can see there is not much changes. Okay, rules are same. So whatever the studies recently started, they use 2.0, but these studies started clinical trials started on so 2 3 years back, right? So that is why 1.1 version we generally use. Even nowadays, What are the studies? Some studies, most of the studies we use a 1.1 only. Okay. So if you are asking in a interview, so you can tell 1.1 we are using. Sometimes the client decision is final. They want to use only the particular version. We use that version only. Okay. Yeah. Here where we are. Yeah. So you can download the latest version from the CDISC portal. Okay. So what is ADAM? So ADSL nothing but so here you can see each and every subject has only one record. 001 has only one record. 002 has only one record. So if one record per subject related data set as well as containing the basic variables like age, sex, and race, basic characteristics variable, as well as some treatment variables. Okay, TRT01P and TRT, some disposition related information containing data sets comes under the class of ADSL. Okay, ADSL, what is the criteria? Which data set we can consider under the class of ADSL? The subject should have only one record per subject and the dataset containing basic characteristics like age and sex, race like variable, treatment variable, disposition variables, and some flags. Okay, safety flags, efficacy flags. Containing datasets comes under the class of ADSL. So BDS nothing but basic data structure. So the subject should have more than one record. Okay, and the data was collected parameter wise and visit wise. Yeah. So you can see if you are able to see in the data set visit information and parameter information, blindly say that the data set comes under the class of basic data structure, BDS type of data structure. Okay. So that is the main criteria for the BDS and OCCDS occurrence. Something was occurred during the trial. So that might be, one record or more than one record. For example, adverse events are there. One subject has only one adverse event that has only one record. If the subject has multiple adverse events, so you can see this subject has these many adverse events. Okay, so you can find out the subject have one record or more than one record, and the events occur during the clinical trial. And the main variables you can see MedDRA related some coded words like D codes and bodies you can see MedDRA related or ODD related. So medical coding related variables you can see in the OCCDS. And here you can see start date and end date is available for this type of data set. Okay, when the adverse events are started, when the adverse events are ended. So those type of information you can see as well as duration and study days also you can see in the OCCDS type of data structure. The main key variables are MEDRA related or ODD related medical coding words as well as the start dates and end dates and duration related variables, study day, start study day, end study day related variables present in the data set called OCCDS. Okay, these are the main difference. So this has only one record, this has one or more than one record, this is more than one record, parameter wise, visit wise. This is a start date and end date. This is the basic start characteristics and treatment related and disposition and flag related information available in the ADSL. So because in interview people, not only the programming, they will ask you this question. So you are doing the ADAM, right? So you should know the implementation guide information. Okay, so they will ask how many types of data sets you have worked on. So don't tell that time AD will be not like that. So you can tell, okay, so I have worked all the three types of data sets like ADSL, OCCDS, and BDS. Under the BDS, I worked on ADLB or so other data set. Under the OCCDS, I worked on ADAE, ADMH, and ADCM. In the comes under ADSL, I do the ADSL data set creation. In this way, you can answer. So they know, okay, so this candidate also know the implementation guide rules so that he will tell like that. So other candidate directly they tell ADLB, ADAE like that. Okay. And in the implementation guide of Adam, so they are not written everything, in a straightforward. They will give some rules because the implementation guide is going to applicable to entire all therapeutic areas and all projects. So that is why they haven't mentioned the specific variables to be included in the ADS or any data set. So what they do, they give it some rules. Whenever you want to create some variables, so you should follow the rule and you have to create the new variable. Okay. So here you can see A, G, E, G, R, Y they given. What is this Y? So if your study requirement is only two groups of page to be analysis. Okay. Your statistician wants to do the analysis based upon the age in two categories. Like one category is 18 to 65, greater than 65, less than 60, less than 80. And second category, less than 35, at least 35. So these two types of categories, they want to do some analysis of age variable. So we need two variables in your study. So that is why AGEGR, why they mentioned. In Y place, how many groups you need, that many numbers you have to mention. AGGR1, AGGR2, like that. Okay. So this is a rule we need to be implement. Okay. If your study needs five categories, so one, two, three, four, five, like that numbering you need to follow in your Adam data set to create this age group variable. So this type of so many rules are present in the implementation guide. Whenever we required any variable to be added in the Adam data set, you have to check the implementation guide, what the naming convention mentioned in that one. You just follow that one. Okay. So in upcoming sessions, I will show you. So what is the parallel study? What is the crossover study? So parallel study nothing but one subject is going to take a drug, entire study same drug. So one, two, three subjects are there in this parallel study. So first subject is allotted to the drug A treatment A. So entire study is taking only treatment A. Second subject only treatment B. Third subject only treatment C. Okay. So that type of studies we can call it as parallel studies. So in the parallel studies, ADSL, how the treatment information there. So 1001 planned treatment is A, planned treatment is B, C, like that. Actual treatment TRT01A, A, B, C, like that. We can allot it to the what is we are planning, what is the subject is taking information was captured in the A planned treatment before giving the treatment, what we planned, that information we included in the variable TRT01P. So this third subject you can see we are planning C drug, but due to oversight or mistakenly the subject is taking treatment P. Okay. So plan nothing but before giving the drug, what we are planning as per the randomization schedule and what the actually the subject is taking the drug after completion of the dosing process. Okay. So what is crossover design? In the crossover design, the subject is going to take a more than a one drug. Okay. So first period, first visit, the subject is taking the treatment A. So once the period was completed, once the window was completed, so we'll give some washout period to eliminate the drug completely from the body. Then the subject is going to take the another drug. So this is called entire in one project. So two periods. One period if we are the subject is taking A drug, next period the subject is going to take the B drug. Same subject. Okay. So if the subject is taking the B drug and some days later he is going to take the A drug. So here a subject is going to expose multiple drugs. So in the subject itself we can uh, so cross comparing with the treatment A versus treatment B results in the same subject. Okay. So in case of crossover study, so the information is like this. Okay. So planned treatment and actual treatment. So here 1, 2, TRT01, TRT02. So TRT01 nothing but first period, TRT02 nothing but second period. So this is a sequence. Placebo to treatment nothing but this is a sequence. The subject is taking the drugs. First placebo, next treatment. Okay, TRT01A nothing but first period actual treatment, first period, second period actual treatment. So these are the variables you can include in the ADSL crossover studies. Okay. So occurrence data structure. So something was happened during the clinical trial incidents. Those information we included in the data set OCCDs. So most of the OCCD data sets are adverse events, concomitant medication, and medical history. So the important variables are start date, turn time, study days, end date and time, study days, and duration. And some variables we taken from the SDTM data sets, and you can see some of the variables, adverse event severity variables present in the SDTM AE. So by using this one in the ADA, we created the variable called analysis severity. So what is the difference between? So adverse event severity, if anything missing their information in the this variable. So by using the imputation rules, we filled that one. So adverse event severity like mild, moderate, severe is there. One subject has missing. The statistician suggestion. So wherever the missing values are there, you replace with the mild. But this is a SDTM variable. We can't impute in the SDTM level as per the CDISC rule. So that is why we created a new variable in the analysis data set. So to impute that value for analysis purpose. Okay. So SDTM data set we won't touch to impute or we change not going to change any data in the analysis, nothing but Adam level. We created the new variable and we use that SDTM variable to change or to do imputations or to do hard coding like that. Okay. So this is the adverse event relationship. This is the analysis relationship. You can see starts with the A, nothing but analysis. A nothing but adverse event toxicity grade, analysis toxicity grade. Okay. So in case of crossover studies and parallel studies, how the variables are populated in adverse event. So it is a parallel study. So any adverse event is happening, the subject is taking only one drug, right? That drug information was populated the variable TRTA. In case of crossover study, at the particular time when it was happening, that comes under which period, and that period the subject is allotted A drug or B drug, that information you can populate. Here you can see 001 having vomiting as first period. So the first period the subject is taking drug A, right? So A. The same subject headache was happening in the second period. So due to which treatment the headache was happening? Treatment B. In case of parallel, even irrespective of adverse event, the treatment was allotted because the subject is taking only one drug in the parallel. Crossover. So at the start date, you can check the headache when it was happening. That comes under either period 1 or period 2. The drug was taken period 1, period 2 information you need to give the TRTA variable in the OCCD structure. Okay. So in case of base BDS, so we already know parameter visit information there. They plainly consider that is a BDS. So these are the main important variables in the BDS like parameters and parameter category, eval, C, base change from percentage change from variables. Along with this one, baseline flags, on treatment flags, analysis flags, etc. flags also we included in the BDS. Okay. So we can see in depth, just giving the overview to get an idea. So ADSL, OCCDS, BDS, parameter, eval and eval C, and eval and visit. study ID, and basic characteristics age, and population flags, OCCDS start date, end date, and duration. Okay, and some other variables in the OCCDS like, so whenever we input some variables, we need to mark that variable. Okay, so we need to mark that observation, which observation we done the imputation. That time we generally use the variable called DTF. Okay, TMF. So DTF, TMF, you can see here AST DTF, end with the DTF, TMF nothing but end with the time. So here headache was happened on the 2006 January. There is a date is missing. So that time ASTDT is the SDTM variable. So ASTDT variable we are newly created variable in the Adam level. So we added the 11 so that it completely 11th January 2006. So we are adding the date part. So that is why this row we mentioned the DTF variable as D. So here we can read D M Y. So whenever we are imputing the date, that is the D. Whenever you are imputing the date and month, that time M. Whenever you are imputing the year, month, date, so that time you have to populate the Y. So in case of the hours, we are imputing H, hours and minutes M, minutes, hours, seconds. So that time, no. If it you are imputing hours, minutes, seconds H, minutes and seconds M, only seconds S. That is a time related imputation. If you are imputing the year, month and day Y, month and day M, only D, date D. You can see here only headache 2006. So M because we are inputting the January and 1. Okay. So these are the imputation rules and related variable. So this is just giving overview about the ADAM. So this theoretical knowledge also very important whenever you are starting the ADAM programming. So this theoretical knowledge also help to understand the specification file and while writing the programming you understand the concept of which variable you included in the which type of data set. Okay. And coming to the CV. So if you are going to put some experience, okay. So even fresher also. So you just mentioned I have taken training from the great online people and these are the studies I have worked on. So if you are going with up to 4 plus also this resume is more suitable. Okay, so mention your name and this personal professional summary 5 plus up to 5. So this you already know what things and this professional skills and education and what is your professional experience like where you have worked on. So in this recent project you need to mention. Okay, so in completely these are the oncology resume. Nowadays oncology resume has more chances of picking apart from all the resumes. Okay, that is why oncology is a some complex therapeutic area. So people thought that if the candidate already worked on the oncology, he will fit for any therapeutic area because other therapeutic areas not much complex like oncology. So that is why oncology experience are more preferable. So here oncology. This is the first study oncology and you worked on like 4 plus like senior program. So next study senior and start to and start to programs for 3 studies and junior program. So this much experience, this many products we mentioned. So we'll see one by one project related information. Yeah, first project. So recently done this project. So this project is a phase 3 study. Okay, phase 3 study means a lot of members like thousands of subjects are involved in that clinical trial. So this is the drugs versus this is the drug. So this is the name of the drug and the docetaxel in patient previously treated with a non-small cell lung cancer. this mutation related. If you want, you can search with the Google what is this drug and what is the use for this drug also. So if you don't want to tell, just you can tell I have done a randomized phase 3 study, one of the cancer oncology active drug versus some other drug like that also you can tell. But if you are telling some name like this, so they feel that okay, these people really worked on that project. Okay. So this project, the primary objective is so this drug we are comparing with this drug, docetaxel drug. So overall surveillance. The main thing is overall surveillance. So we are checking from the uh, treatment start date to the death. Okay, overall surveillance nothing but how many, how much time the subject is going to live from the treatment start date to the death. Okay, so that we are calculating how many days, how many months the subject is surviving by taking first drug, by taking second drug. So by taking this drug and this drug. Okay, so some of the subjects are taking this drug, some of the subjects are taking this drug who are having this type of cancer, and we are just cross comparing. Okay, which subjects are taking are living more time. Okay, so that is the main primary objective. If this subjects are taking living more time, then this is efficient or this is efficient. So we just calculating the p value whether significant difference are there between these two drugs, we will check. What is the secondary objective? So progression free survivalences nothing but so treatment start date to the oncology, the cancer increasing time. Okay, so how much time it will take, and objective response rate. We already generate one table, ORR related table also, right? So, and duration of responses and safety, tolerability, and patient reported outcomes. So, these are the secondary objective by using various methods like summary methods or other methods, they will calculate these responses. Okay. So primary endpoint is overall survival defined from the time from the randomization to the death. So from the starting point of the study to the death due to any cause. So these are the secondary objective. How they are uh, evaluate progression free survival nothing but time from the randomization to first documented disease progression. The disease progression or death. Which one is comes first? That time they will mention. Okay. So objective response rate nothing but so CRPR divided by total number of subjects. Disease control nothing but so proportion of patients achieving CRPR or stable disease. Duration of response nothing but just read and understand these terms because every time some studies it is repeating. DO are nothing but time from the first documented CRPR to disease progression or death. So disease control rate, duration of the response. Safety and tolerability like adverse event data sets and serious adverse events and treatment related. This information they collected and they do this analysis and they will find out the how much safety of this drug that is comes under secondary objective. This study primary objective is overall survival, secondary objective all these things, and patient reported outcomes like quality of life they will check. And here the design multi-center randomization, this is a open label. So what are the population they consider? So this type of cancer related subjects they will take 1:1 is nothing but some patients are taking this one, some patients are taking this one, but exactly equal 50 are taking this one, 50 only taking this one. So here sample size calculation how they do, and what are the populations are there in this study. Okay, and statistical analysis purpose, which procedure they are using, etc. Information, how to handle the missing data, etc. Okay. So I have mentioned the mechanism action of this drug also. You can see. So how the mechanism action? So this is a lung cancer. So your drug is the gene that controls the cell growth. Okay. So some mutations were happening. This drug is going to block that or stop that growth to increasing the cell. So you can go through this document, you will understand. And second study. So second study is a ORIC 101 related. This is a advanced metastatic solid tumor. In this primary objective is safety only safety and tolerability. Whether the subject is able to take this drug safely or not, they will check. Secondary objective here progression free survival and OS. So this primary sub is safety only. Secondary is the OS and progression free survival and objective response rate and PK related. So how the pharmacokinetic parameters affecting this drug. So they will check and exploratory objective, efficacy objective or PROs, the quality of life. So endpoints nothing but whether this subject able to take the drug safely means the dose limiting toxicity, how much dose the subject is able to take safely. That is what they are going. For example, paracetamol 500 mg. So that is the maximum and best dose to take the drug and it will give you maximum benefits. In the same cases, so they will find which of the doses is giving the best results for this drug. So they will find out by using this study. Okay. So study designs, you will go through this one and if anything not understanding, let me know. Okay. So this is second project desktop, SAP and the third project. So all the project have similar tables and similar. Don't worry about that. What are the tables and figures and these listings we have learned. So that is applicable to all these studies. Some studies don't have figure, some studies having the figure, some studies having some, one type of efficacy. I have explained three types, right? That was only you can see any type of uh, this oncology related. Okay. So this is something vaccine related. Vaccine was given to the cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma related cancer. The primary objective is safety only. Okay, safety and tolerability. So this you can see most of the tables are safety and secondary objective here also evaluating immunogenicity related. Okay, so biomarkers are exploratory. So here you can see primary objective is the adverse event related and grading of grading tables they use to identify which drug is more effective in the sense which one having the less adverse event that have more safe, right? Like that they will consider. So go through this app also some what are the populations and what is the information they mentioned in the app. And here fourth study, so completely is a single agent of egelastin. So this is a relapsed cutaneous T cell lymphoma and primary objective is ORR, okay, objective response rate and secondary objective of PFS and duration and overall survival is the secondary objective. Okay, by getting this one, for example, ORR getting some statistical procedure they use to get this one. Okay. Just go through this also. And the fifth project is it is also evaluating the safety. Okay, versus placebo. One drug is safe, other one drug, another one is a dummy drug. So they will do, and there is the main primary objective is PFS. You can see either PFS, either overall survival only. Most of the times, we will take into this consideration. Okay. And secondary objective, it is a PFS is the primary, overall surveillance is the secondary objective. So what is the primary, secondary? The main goal and the supporting goals. So if the main goal is reached, and they will check the secondary because safety always is the secondary objective if something was primary objective is other. So why? Because along with the efficacy, The safety also is the main part. So that is why some studies primary objective is safety. Some studies they will do the safety as a secondary objective. Okay, the subject should be safe. Along with that, we will expecting some results of new drug. Okay, so PF is nothing but progression-free survival. So some drugs to stop the growth of the cancer so more effectively. Okay, that is what they will checking either the drug or placebo. Which drug is more effective to stop the growth of the cancer? That is what they will check. So by using, we have applied some statistical procedure and generating the tables, right? And the tables we check the placebo versus active drug, the p-value less than 0.05 or not, right? So that will show you whether your drug, new drug is effective or old drug is effective or newly invented drug comparing with the placebo drug is more efficient. So we do some statistical analysis whether your drug is achieving that primary objective or not. If not achieved, they will change the molecule and again do the clinical trials. Okay. So these five SAPs you can go and prepare this CV with your own names and education qualifications and your job profile and just send into various organizations like CROs and sponsored companies. So while looking this CV itself, okay, they will consider that okay, you have worked on so many oncology studies. They will ask you the questions related to this oncology. What are the tables we have covered here? These three tables and these all the tables are applicable to all the studies most of the times. Okay, so if it is a OS is the objective response rate with the primary, so this is the main table for that study. So time to event, every oncology study is there, and this waterfall spaghetti falls was not applicable to all this study, but some studies having these figures as well. Okay, so if you are talking about these figures and this efficacy, and these are the safety was applicable to most of the oncology and non-oncology studies as well. So these are the adverse events related information also applicable to safety related all the studies. Okay. So next day onwards, we are going to see this ADAM programming and these three efficacy related ADAM response, time to event, and efficiency related data sets also I am going to create, write the code from the scratch. So once Adam classes was done, you will get a complete idea about Adam and tables listings figures. Okay. So at the moment we use the Adam data set to generate the TFS. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to create the Adam data set as per the specifications and implementation guides. Okay. So this just